We just got back from Memphis in May, and oddly enough, I really think one of the secrets that the pitmasters had closest to their belt, chicken thighs. Call me crazy, I've experienced it and I've seen it. They take their chicken seriously. So today is all about the best bite in barbecue, the best kept secret in barbecue, how to prepare fantastic chicken thighs. I actually had a chance to see two different pitmasters that ranked really high up in Memphis in May box their chicken. Actually, three of them. One had legs and two had chicken thighs. Amazing to see the process from start to finish. So hopefully we can give you guys a fantastic result. Bone in, skin on chicken thighs. A couple things to mention. One, absolutely affordable. One of the cheapest cuts of meat out there. Can you find stuff cheaper? I'm sure you can. Overall, unanimously, that's a big word for me, store to store, it seems like one of the cheaper cuts. Here's some things about it. I know you guys want to think in your mind that you want to cook chicken to like 160 to 165 degrees because of carryover. However, chicken thighs being predominantly, thank you, dark meat, there is so much more fat in there. We're able to carry those temperatures over. Today, we're going to be probably about 185 to 190. Even if it gets up 200, it's not really going to matter. And the reason is because the amount of fat in there. This is perfect for a holiday occasion, for just backyard, just hanging out, testing out new grills, because you're not really specifically worried about a target temp, right? You can overshoot these and it really won't matter. Think about the idea of a reverse seared steak, right? You smoke it first and then you finish it off at a higher temp. That's exactly what we're doing today. All right, with these chicken thighs, you do not have to be super particular. I'm turning them over just to get a lay of the land. I'm not worried about the nooks and crannies. I'm not competing in competition. It's amazing how tedious their trimming job was. I gotta be honest with you. Once these are cooked right and that skin renders, I like the fat sticking off on the sides. It's kind of like a chicharron in a way, you know, right? Crispy, rendered chicken fat is fantastic. So I'm just looking at it and just taking the oddballs off. You guys can get as aggressive if you want to be. Another good thing about a chicken thigh, honestly, it is a canvas for flavor. Today we're going basically just 100% completely neutral. Salt, pepper, seasoned salt only. I'm not even adding garlic. Let's say we take like 3 of each and add some barbecue sauce just to give you an idea. But ultimately, the chickens that we saw before they even basted them, all that stuff, had a unique base to them. They're all kind of similar in way. Now, each one of them, I'm sure, had a different flavor profile to start with, but the base of it was uniform. Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. We're just going to do a pass over it. I like to bring it out with a shaker like this. Kind of same idea. Don't go too heavy with it. Come back in with black pepper. Same idea. This is kind of one of those techniques we learned from Smoke Pickle Barbecue. Same thing on top. Very similar to that Texas that is that all-purpose seasoning we use a lot, but the difference is it doesn't have garlic. I'm adding a lot more black pepper. In one side, one light pass of seasoned salt. You've already added that salt before, so don't go crazy with it. Just one light pass. Should look something like that. I'm gonna knock out the rest of these. One little tip on the thighs, go ahead and salt it first with your kosher salt. And the reason is 2 things. One, it's gonna stick to your meat a little bit better, and you want this to do 2 things. You want it to create a dry brine on your meat, and then it also helps extract some of that moisture from the fat, which helps on the crispy skin. Typically, whatever's left after you salt it will pick up the coarse black pepper, and there's typically tons of surface area for that. And then at the very end, on one side, whatever's left is that seasoned salt. See, just like that. About 40 minutes later, we get a lot of comments. A lot of times we do a recipe like this, and if I choose to use my Weber, they'll say, what about a pellet grill? If I use my pellet grill, they'll say, what about a charcoal grill? Today we're gonna use both. It's not about the battle of which Weber is better. It's just about utilizing what you have. All right, for the Weber Searwood, I'm rocking those smoking pecan pellets. One of the best pellets on the market. Let's go around 225, something like that. That'll work for me. I'm gonna be starting a series soon, so I want to get your guys' advice. What charcoal do you like better? Let's try to stay in the lump. I think there's good reasons for lump and good reasons for briquettes. But if you're talking about lump in general, I know Jealous Devil's been knocking it out of the park. I like Rockwood charcoal. It's available at my local Ace, so run down there and get it. I've used Blues Hog. I've used Cowboy. I've used, what's the red bag? It's very popular. Anyways, so comment below. Tell me what your favorite charcoal is, maybe why. So that way when we start a series, we kind of get a good gauge of what you guys are looking for and why you guys like it so we can compare it to others. All right, this is what charcoal cooking is all about. We've settled in about 250. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to get it down to 225. So as a result, I just raised that up to 250. If you don't do 225, completely up to you. It's not going to matter to me. I'm going to separate them kind of like half and half. And we'll use the top rack up here. Alrighty, we're gonna close it, and then I'm just gonna keep the constant to where, I don't know, maybe like 120, 130. I actually like to, I want to smoke it as long as possible, but I really like that crispy skin. So the only way to get the crispy skin is you need higher heat, just like reverse sear, right? So let's shoot about 130 degrees. All right, about 45 minutes later, we're up to about 135 to 140 degrees. So a little bit more than what I wanted, but we'll be fine. I'm going to take these off the heat. Crazy thing is, look at the color difference. This is smoked pecan pellets. And we're going to bump that up to about 325 degrees. Just in 45 minutes. I put one thing of hickory on here. Woo. Woo. That's a beautiful color right there. That is a beautiful color.
Is it the same internal temp?
Yes. Let's spread our coals just a little bit. Put that back on there. Adjust our temperatures, and we're gonna try to keep it about 350 degrees. It's gonna be hard, but we're gonna try to do this. I'm doing the best I can. About 330. That's gonna work for me. I'm gonna do this very quickly because I don't want our fire to ramp up any. So I'm gonna go skin side down. And you're just looking to render the fat out now. I'm gonna rotate these around. I don't wanna keep that grill on too long because it'll start catching fire. Then over here, same thing. On the Weber Searwood, we got just about even heating all the way on the bottom. Ooh, that smoke's getting me. Same thing, skid side down. You can almost hear it already getting crunchy, and that's what we want. Right above that flame. Has absolutely nothing to do with the recipe. Yesterday when I was trying this out, I actually tried it out yesterday with whole chicken, split them in half, and completely took the backbone out of it, spatchcocked it, and then cut them in half. So 2 halves out of a whole. And the kids like a little bit of flavor. It's hard to make something that the kids like. And the more important thing is I was worried about timing, how to do it along with the seasoning process. So I added a little barbecue sauce with a little vinegar, and they absolutely loved it. So Sweet Baby Ray's, no sugar added for us. Watching those carbs, but I'm only going to do about maybe like half of each, so that way you can really get a good grasp of the color and the bite and all that stuff. I like to cut mine with vinegar, pretty good amount. Obviously, you got to balance this with whatever flavor profile of barbecue sauce you go with.
Be honest, this chicken was so good last night that I said you have got to make that for a video. And I said you have to do it exactly the same way.
Like my other food sucks.
No, it was so good, and you did the same barbecue sauce.
Yeah. This is for you, boo. I was able to move my chicken over just for a few minutes because I was able to look on my fire, and that's what we're looking for right there. These are still skin side down, but that skin's starting to render. Looking fantastic. Look at that right there. That might be in the Hall of Fame for the best thigh ever cooked right there. Problem is you don't want your fire getting away from you. If your charcoal was lit too much and you try to do this, it'd be too much direct heat. So just to give you an idea, see, we're still at 150 degrees. So I'm gonna keep the door shut. We're still going up a little bit more. Try to hit that like 185 mark. I'll show you really quick here. I haven't done anything with these. See how that fat's starting to render? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for right there. Yeah, that's a good one. So let's just check on this. 170, so these are a little bit hotter on this side. About an hour and 15 minutes in. We're about 175 degrees, so I'm going to add some of this barbecue sauce to these. Let this start tacking up. Perfect for Asian flavors, spicy flavors, non-barbecue flavors. Like I said, you can do like an orange chicken. I mean, it's really a canvas for you to play around with. Perfect for a crowd because you can do so many. Perfect for get-togethers and stuff like that when you want to offset the cost of like doing a brisket or ribs or even a pork butt. All right, there we go. So as you can see as well as I do, the color variance is drastic. That doesn't mean the flavor is any different. We'll try them out. Like I said, it's not a competition. It's just if you're going to run the Weber kettle, then you need to know how to adjust your fire. Keep them off the heat, bring them up to about 140 degrees. If you decide to put them over charcoal for direct heat, you got to be careful how much charcoal is lit. Too much charcoal and you're going to blitz them in a hurry, right? It gets too hot. Don't forget to control your dampers. We're able to keep it over there a couple minutes, then move it back. And on a pellet grill, especially that Searwood, that's what it's about, right? You can do that just about on any grill to be able to render the fat. And right here, we have some crispy style. Ooh, I don't know if you.
All I hear is lawnmowers.
All right, you know, pick one out. Obviously, I'm partial to charcoal.
The no sugar added Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, adding some apple cider vinegar is like where it's at, really.
Well, this is the dry one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Juicy.
Jeez. Was that on camera? We have slow-mo that.
Best chicken thighs you will ever eat. Our kids were
look at that bite
begging to have this chicken again.
You want to take a bite? Be careful with the bone. Get that bite right there.
Okay.
Don't eat my fingers either. Yeah, so don't be scared to raise that temperature over 165 degrees. Well,
It's hard to beat. Let's try one with the barbecue sauce.
does it matter which one? Pellet grill?
It doesn't matter which one.
So you've got the clean bite through, you should. Well, I'll tell you what. Try to go back with chicken and charcoal. I mean, that's a deadly
How'd you
combination.
cook it last night that it was so freaking good?
The Weber Searwood.
The
Always.
Searwood last night?
Yeah.
That was literally the best chicken you probably ever made in your life last night.
All right, there's kind of like a nod to the hat for Memorial Day special. I didn't really get into too much detail. On my other channel, The Flat Top King, we just launched a video how to cook for a crowd. If you guys are interested, there's some neat tips in there. Doesn't matter if you have a flat top grill, a pellet smoker, a charcoal grill, you can use a lot of those ideas. I do want to quickly say what Memorial Day is all about. I hang my flag in every single video because it's important to me being a veteran, although today is not about Veterans Day or this weekend. It's about the people that gave the ultimate sacrifice. I got emotional on that one, so hopefully I won't do it on this one. It's really important to a lot of people, especially the people that, the family members involved, you know, friends and stuff like that. It's a tough day, so, you know, just reach out to your loved ones and make sure you tell them you love them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace.